What's a Navy woman doing with a sniper rifle? The Ranger sergeant's laughter cut through the freezing Afghan wind like a knife. Chief Petty Officer Arya Whitmore didn't flinch. She simply adjusted the bipod of her Macmillan TAC-50 and let their laughter fade into the hum of the wind. 3 hours later, she would make a shot that rewrote every sniper manual in the world. A shot that silenced every voice that doubted her. At 28, Whitmore wasn't new to being underestimated. She'd spent 8 years in naval special warfare, attached to a classified joint task force that officially didn't exist. Now, temporarily assigned to support the 75th Ranger Regiment in eastern Afghanistan, she was treated like an intruder, a curiosity in uniform. To them, she was just the Navy girl with a big gun. Their observation post sat high above Coral Valley, a harsh, jagged stretch of earth that fell away toward the Pakistani border. The Rangers joked, loud and careless, as they cleaned their rifles. She didn't respond. She just watched the valley, through glass, through numbers, through patience. Precision wasn't new to her. She'd learned it long before the Navy, from her mother, a former Olympic biathlete who missed gold by 0.2 of a second. Those Wyoming winters had forged her discipline. Ski tracks, rifle drills, and silence. Stillness wins, her mother used to say. And that lesson had followed Arya all the way into the chaos of war. Her rifle was a masterpiece. A custom Macmillan TAC-50 with a match-grade barrel, loopholed Mark V HD scope, and a trigger that broke clean at 2.5 pounds. Each round was hand-loaded by Whitmore herself, measured, weighed, and logged in her range book. Everything about her setup screamed precision. That morning, the mission briefing had been tense. An American contractor, Daniel Reeves, had been taken hostage in a compound 2,800 meters away, far beyond what anyone considered an ethical engagement range. Staff Sergeant Brenner, the Ranger sniper team lead, glanced at her range card and scoffed. "Chief, that's almost 3 clicks. You'd need God's breath to hit that. Don't waste your time." Arya didn't argue. She just recalculated Coriolis effect, spin drift, air density, temperature, wind vectors, all feeding into her ballistic computer. The numbers didn't lie. It was difficult, yes, but not impossible. 2 hours later, everything changed. Reeves was dragged into the courtyard, a camera crew set up beside him. They weren't waiting for ransom, they were preparing an execution video. "Assault team 30 minutes out," came over the radio. 30 minutes. He didn't have 30 seconds. Arya's heart slowed. Her breathing steadied. She picked up her radio. "Ranger 6, I have a clean shot." "Negative. At that range you'll miss. You'll blow our cover." She didn't answer. The executioner raised his knife, speaking to the camera. Arya clicked off the safety. "Navy Overwatch engaging to prevent imminent execution. Confirmed target. Engaging now." The valley went still. The wind whispered across her cheek. 8 miles per hour, gusting higher downrange. She adjusted 12.6 mils for elevation, 1.4 right for wind drift. The world narrowed to a crosshair and a heartbeat. She exhaled half a breath and squeezed. The TAC-50 roared. Dust exploded around her. The .5 caliber projectile cut the sky at over 2,200 feet per second, spinning, climbing, falling. 3.7 seconds later, the executioner dropped. No sound, no warning, just physics and fate. The Rangers froze. Down in the compound, chaos erupted. Fighters running, shouting, unsure if angels or artillery had struck. The hostage dove for cover. Minutes later, silence again. Brenner's voice cracked through the radio. "Chief, what was your range?" She logged it calmly in her book. 2,817 meters. At the debrief, Brenner stood in front of his men and said only this: "I've seen impossible shots before, but what Chief Whitmore did today, that wasn't luck. That was science, discipline, and courage. I was wrong." Weeks later, Ilara received a letter, handwritten, from Reeves. "You gave me back to my daughters. There are no words big enough." She folded the note, placed it in her range book, next to the numbers from that impossible shot. Because for her, that's all it ever was. Not a miracle, not revenge, not a headline. Just the quiet proof that sometimes the impossible is only a calculation waiting for a steady hand.